Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Breaking the Barriers with myself, Suni the middle child, Shelly Fletcher, Let's Glow, Anthony Michael Russo, Mr. Be the Change himself. Breaking the Barriers. We're about to get started. If you haven't already, please like this video, share this video. If you're on YouTube, subscribe if you haven't already, and tell everybody that you know. Subscribe to this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. The point of this show is to talk about the things that are going on in the news, the things that are going on in life, the issues that we're faced with right now, and talk about them in a place where it's not so divisive. You know what I'm saying? Bridge the gaps, break down the barriers. Exactly what this show says, breaking the barriers. We're trying to break the barriers down and let everybody know, like, look, even though we might be different sides politically, we're still on the same side as Americans. All right. So, hello, everybody. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the show. Everybody, Suni, how you doing?
Good.
Shelly.
Hello, everyone.
All right, we're gonna get this thing rolling. We're gonna start it off real quick with the video that Miss Shelly sent to me. Let's listen to it. Everybody, if you could, mute your mics. Share this video, everybody. I appreciate it.
As media continues to ignore claims of election fraud, one millionaire has set out to prove their cover-up in support of the truth. One America's Chanel Rion reports.
Patrick Byrne, founder and former CEO of Overstock.com, has long considered himself a libertarian tech entrepreneur. Byrne now finds himself more than entrepreneur. He's on a mission to save the republic from a deadly virus, widespread machine and software election fraud. He's doing this by funding a niche group of experts, and the Trump legal team has been listening. You've put together a group of individuals who are trying to crack down on the fraud that is Dominion. Tell us more about what you've been doing.
Yes. Well, I funded a team of hackers and cyber sleuths and other people with odd skills. We've been on this since August. One side story to be pursued someday is this: the DHS was warned of all this in August and September. We tried very hard, and it was all crammed down. And I mean from high levels.
The experts Byrne is funding is an elite cybersecurity team that has been hired by the state of Texas to investigate a series of irregularities in the Dallas elections of 2018. The team consisted of members with backgrounds in military intelligence and federal law enforcement. Byrne says the election irregularities in Dallas 2018 was rooted in Dallas's use of Dominion voting machines. This group has been on Dominion's trail over 2 years.
I've been up there with them since August and expanding and funding further and deeper investigations. So I felt kind of had the answer when everyone woke up November 4th and saying what happened. We couldn't quite believe we couldn't get anyone to listen to us.
Their findings include a detailed list of impossibilities, Dominion machines processing more ballots than is physically possible, real-time data showing Biden vote dumps that are statistically impossible, and dozens of backdoor ways in which votes by the thousands could be changed, manipulated, or deleted.
When you get talking about, thousands of votes in a row for one candidate, just to give you the mathematical odds against it, if you're talking about a group that has a 96% affinity for Biden, so imagine we're talking about very heavily Biden ward, the chance of having 100 votes in a row for Biden, if the chance of every vote is 96% for Biden, the chance you would have 100 in a row is about 1.6%. The chances you would have 1,000 in a row it's about a couple quadrillion to one. And the chances that you would have the kinds of numbers we're seeing, where there are places where there were tens of thousands of votes in a row for Biden, the chances are quadrillions and quadrillions of quadrillions against that could ever happen in nature.
You didn't necessarily vote. You did not vote for Donald Trump. You are a libertarian.
That's correct.
And you are doing this. Why?
I've never voted Republican or Democrat in my life. This is about the Constitution. These are goons. If we lose this moment, the Constitution's done. We're never back. We're never have a free election again.
I've spoken to your guys behind the scenes. They're they seem very knowledgeable, and they've pulled incredible data. Are you seeing a clear pattern between the major swing states in this regard?
It's more than a clear pattern. We know exactly what happens. It's just a matter of how quickly can we get it all built up and explained and such. But it's absolutely clear. There's no shades of gray about this.
Byrne says the election was 100% rigged, and it's not just real-time data proving this.
We have more than the data. We have the data. We have hundreds of affidavits. We've also had people gathering and organizing that effort. And we have the analysis of the equipment itself. So that's really the three buckets. And we're getting it out. We're first feeding it to those who want it, which are basically Sydney's and Rudy's people. I want to emphasize we're not on either team. We're independent.
To that end, Byrne, as a free agent, has been feeding his group's intel and findings to any group who can use it in court against Dominion.
It's supporting anyone who wants the data. And I'm putting it up on my own website, which is called Deep Capture. I'm putting these different stories and facts and write-ups on there, so anyone can go there and find them. But this isn't even close. I want to assure people that this isn't even close. If you could freeze time and let this all play out through the courts, what would be exposed is 100% clear. This whole thing was rigged.
Chanel Leon, One American News, Washington.
Want to see more videos?
Interesting. Very, very interesting. How you guys feel about that?
His website Deep Capture was pretty interesting too. Like after I heard him mention it, I went and I started reading it. So there's a lot of stuff on there too. It's a lot of information.
Is that the one that you were telling me that there's another one?
Well, it's not a video. It's the actual website. His website is called Deep Capture, where he has all this stuff put out for anyone who wants it. So it was pretty interesting. I found someone sent it to me today, the video, and then I can't remember who right now because chicken nugget head. But thank you for whoever sent me that video. And so I started digging into the website because I wanted to see, who is this guy really? Well, he does have his own money and he funds his own shit.
Right.
And I thought it was interesting that he's a libertarian and he's not really on either side, but he wants the right thing done.
Yeah, I agree. What you think? What you feel about that, Russo?
Yeah, I'm at the point where I just want. It's so blatant to me, but at the same time, it's blatant to the point where they can't cover it up. But if they can't cover it up, why is this not still being properly addressed? So it's confusing to me. Like I'm at a point where I know what I believe, and I'm strong in the fact that I think there was some definite fraud in the election. But why can we not get past phase one? I don't get it. I just don't understand. It doesn't. To me, it's like this is a guy showing information, and it's like it's almost like the courts have even have cognitive dissonance at this point, where it's like, no, it's fake. This is bull, but there's video. So I just
that's what blows my mind too. That's the big thing that blows my mind.
Yeah, JFK didn't take a paycheck, but anyways, I don't understand how we're still at this point with all this evidence and people are literally going, it's not true. When you've got video in Georgia, you've got the fact that there was no water main leak there. You've got the percentage of mathematical improbabilities in Michigan and in Pennsylvania. And there is still people on the meet. Like, I don't get why we're not further along. To me, it's blatant. And if it's not that blatant, why right now are we still thinking that the country is still leaning towards Biden being president? I don't get it.
Suni.
I think that we have to look at this in a court perspective and how they handle things in court. Like, trials go on for a while. Not saying that this is a trial, but it usually takes a whole bunch of time, especially legal stuff, to even get information out. For me, the fact that Texas is on the docket, it's crazy. They voted 6-3 to hear the motion.
Incorrect.
What's incorrect?
The 6-3. That's still unconfirmed. I think people are assuming they put it up. It's on unconfirmed sites. It's on the docket. That's what we know. We won't know the actual votes in any way, shape, or form until at the latest Thursday. So that 6-3, we can't. It could be right, but we cannot. We've looked, and it is impossible to get that confirmed. But regardless, it's on the docket. And now there's also 7 states that are backing it up.
So for me, this is going in the right direction. Like you said, it's impossible for them to say, hey, nothing happened here and kick it back to the States. If they do that, like this guy just said on the video, America's done. That's it. It's done.
I agree. I totally agree. 100%. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating that America might have to be done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's frustrating that we have video evidence and no one's saying anything about it. It's like it's not a big deal. It's frustrating that 30,000 dead people voted in one state. It's frustrating that we have to think about machines being used that were, backed by countries that don't like us. $400 million dumped into Dominion machines from China. And we're using these things. It doesn't register with me the right way. It makes me feel a little bit hopeless, in our democracy for our republic. You know what I'm saying? It's irritating.
I do have some good news. Part of it, because one of the things we talked about on Truth Will Set You Free is about how the Supreme Court threw out the case in Pennsylvania. Apparently, that was misreported, according to Jenna Ellis, who would know because she's the lawyer in the case. She said in a tweet about 3 hours ago, important point reporters are missing in Pennsylvania suit. The Supreme Court only denied emergency injunctive relief. In the order, it did not deny the certification. The lawsuit in Pennsylvania is still pending before the U.S. Supreme Court, and she showed a screenshot of it. So it's not over in Pennsylvania. We're just getting
everybody
shit reporting.
So did I.
I told everybody they couldn't. There's no way that it couldn't go this way because it went directly against Pennsylvania state constitution.
Yeah,
and
so I just wanted to add, like when people say, like when we're talking about this and people are like it's so blatant, right? To each and every one of us, we know what we see, right? Like the proof doesn't lie. We know what we see, we know what we read, and it's blatant to us. When people start talking about like, how come this is not going anywhere? Because I truly, truly believe, and this is just my opinion, that the swamp runs deep and the swamp runs wide. I believe that these people who are trying to ruin America, pockets run pretty damn deep. I have never, ever, I work for a police department, which I know is small compared to everything else going on in the world, but I know how corrupt the damn justice system itself is. So I think like we've all known before elections come into play that the justice system has not been fair.
I agree.
So I think that if you have it on a small level, imagine when you have deep pockets, how much larger that scale becomes. That's just my opinion.
It's huge.
Did you remember what you wanted to talk about, Russo?
No, but I got something else thanks to somebody in the side comment box.
Do it. Let's do it.
I always say when you see a headline or you see something that's like so emotionally charged that you know that it's fake, but every so often it's real. So somebody put in the comment box, did anybody see, and I immediately go, this can't be true, that China, the government has purchased a 180,000 acre Texas ranch right near the Air Force Base. This is real. This happened 3 days ago that this became news. I don't know how this isn't bigger news. How is it that a country that we just deemed last week, based on our counterintelligence, is the biggest threat to our way of life, the biggest threat to us as a nation, somehow bought 180,000 acres of a Texas ranch near the runway of the U.S.'s largest pilot training base in the Air Force? How did we let that happen? And it's also right next to the U.S. border in Mexico, and it's got a 30,000 square foot lodge and private runway, which could essentially open up Chinese owners, ferry people. I mean, it's mind-boggling that this wasn't national news.
Why is it even okay for other countries that are not like people that are for us to even purchase land in our country?
Because money talks and bullshit walks.
Yep, that's what I was just about to say. There are people that don't give a crap about selling pieces of our land to China. China borders Japan. I'm right across the sea from China. They will send their ships within literal feet coming to our borders and where our Navy ships are and where the Air Force is just to taunt all the time. So it doesn't, I'm surprised it's not national news, but we're talking about China here.
Where's that article at, Russo?
It's actually a bunch of tweets and videos. It's on it's now on mainstream media, but it has not been the stuff that's blasted out based on the algorithms.
I feel like, I'm telling you guys, I feel like we are headed for a World War III very soon. And the reason I say that is because China has been sketchy for a very long time, but for them to just go ahead and release a virus on the world, shut people's economies down, shut people's entire country down, and no one ain't saying anything to them. Yet, China's saying, because Biden, is president-elect, what they say, that they want to be held fully responsible. They want to be held accountable. They want to be. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. And it blows my mind. Like, they're going to say that now under a supposed Biden administration when they know that they own him.
Mm-hmm.
They own him.
Here, I'm gonna provide the link for people because they want. Actually, can you put it in the comment box? I'll put it in the private chat real quick.
Sure.
It's in there.
Oh, you just put it in? Sorry, my bad. Because somebody asked for it. So there's another link. There's another link right there. I did remember what I did want to talk about though, because that one boggled my mind. What's that?
Let's do it.
So the other thing is what everybody's going through on small business level and the cluster F that is our economy based on shutdowns and COVID that we, of course, just pretend as though China didn't have anything to do with. LA, California, they have now shut down pretty much all small business. Yet, based on Gavin Newsom's whatever the heck, talks about the importance of letting people know about COVID. Here's the deal. People already are going to decide if they're mask wearers, if they're hibernators, if they're quarantiners. People have made that decision. Nobody is changing really their mind at this point anymore. And he just spent $80 million on a billboard marketing campaign that could have gone back into the economy of small business owners, et cetera. That $80 million actually could have done something. And he ended up spending it on billboards to make sure people are masked, socially distanced, and stay home. This is Democratic leadership.
That is infuriating.
$80 million.
That is infuriating. And I'm sure the people feel like they got smacked in the face.
Yep.
Straight up. That is despicable, bro. You know,
It doesn't surprise me.
the thing I want everybody to understand is that all the stuff that we're talking about, especially the Chinese buying 800,000 acres? Or 80,000?
180,000.
180,000.
180,000 acres next to an Air Force base in Texas. The reason why this is important this is important for all Americans, whether you're on the left or the right. These are, I'm going to go as far as to say, our enemies. China is not a friend of America. I don't care what nobody says, man. China is not a friend of America or a friend to anybody else in the world.
I'm with you. They're not a friend to their own people.
Exactly. You talk about somebody that wants power. China has been power grabbing for a very, very long time, to the point where they'll put their own children in sweat camps. You know what I'm saying? To the point where they will exploit their own people. This is big. We got to look at the rest of the world and see these people, everything that you buy says made in China in it. Everything. You're going to go to parts of our country and possibly see Chinese flags hanging up.
Yep.
Because they own the land. China owns 180,000 acres in Texas that they can do with whatever the hell they want.
Well,
Whatever they want.
there's some laws they've got. There's an agreement, but that doesn't mean
They're not gonna follow
nobody
it.
plays by the rules during war. Let's be honest.
This got to stop. Something's gonna have to give here, man. Our leaders are very irresponsible for letting this even happen. I don't get that.
Money
Did
talks.
Did you guys
to,
see the video from the Dean of School and International Relations, Inconvenient Truths from China?
No.
And they're talking about the trade deal between them and Trump and how they're pretty much excited for a Biden
got it?
administration.
They are.
Yeah, I've got it right
Get it.
here.
Let's throw it up. I want to hear it.
Hey, I got to correct myself. I got one comment, so I checked it, and this was actually this is not a new thing from Gavin Newsom. This was actually July 2nd that it came up with it. It's an undetermined multi-million-dollar amount for the ads, but that was spent during COVID. I thought it was current. I misread a tweet earlier today, so I want to correct that. But regardless, tens of millions of dollars were spent on billboards instead of supporting the economy. So I do want to correct that.
That's a good question. Who sold it to him?
Yeah,
That is a good question. Looking, see if I can find it.
Texas. Let's see.
All right, soon you got it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Mute your mics, everybody.
Let me play it.
关键在什么啊？关键就在于我们今天的这个主题，金融开放的问题，是不是？你金融市场还并没有完全充分的开放啊。那么尤其是这个除了外资机构进入的问题、转业的问题，还有一个什么呢？还有一个资本项目并没有真正完全的开放。所以呢，它对上海的这个在全球层面上的这样一个竞争呢，还是形成了一定的限制。我在正经启迪中间曾经讲过啊。那么我的观点啊，地球村里边目前只有一家办在卖保险，就是美国，是不是？美国它的货币是全球储备货币，所以它替别人承担了风险啊。然后欧元担任了半家。地球村里边200多个大大小小的经济体里边，绝大部分都是付出代价来转移风险，是这意思吧？都是付出代价转移风险嘛，就相当于投保客户吧。啊，地球村里边只有一家办可以卖保险、开保险公司。咱们中国性质比较特殊，地球村里边最大的实体经济是这意思吧？最大的投保户啊，因为各种事情投保，我们投保了多少？3万亿美元，最高峰的4.2万亿美元。问题就来了，假如哪天我们真出事了，真有经济金融风险了，我们动用我们的3万亿、4万亿外汇储备去找美国，这相当于是张保单嘛，找美国说你帮我兑付，他也得破产，是这意思吧？这保险公司说抱歉不干了，是不是啊？所以从这个逻辑上来讲，我一贯是反对原先那种中美的挂钩方式啊。过会我还会讲到。我也一直主张中国人民币要国际化，我一直主张我们也要开这个保险公司。要想开这保险公司，就是今天这个话题，金融市场得开放，资本项目得适度开放啊。那么这个为什么最近啊，我们都知道19年，尤其是进入2020年，那么中国的金融开放是加速的。为什么加速啊？首先第一个原因。2001年中国加入世贸组织的时候，我们是承诺过的，承诺过我们会在条件合适的时候尽快开放。但是20年了，是不是？这个刚才姚老师讲到，外资金融机构进来，他们有多少进来？大家生活中，你买股票是通过外资投行买吗？你存银行存的是外资银行吗？是吧？最多保险公司稍微有一点。所以这个事情啊，咱们要前半夜想想人家，后半夜再想想自己。就是你承诺过开放，是吧？你要兑现，要不然凭什么人家的门向你开放啊？开放是相互的。那么以前呢，这个我们是以那样一种方式，刚才讲过了，那样一种方式挂钩啊。但是呢，现在人家想象跟我们脱钩啊，所以呢，我的理解啊，当然是我个人的解读。为什么在现在这个时候开始加速？首先是20年前我们承诺过的，第二个，当前中国政府力推金融市场开放，在实际上可能这儿再强调一下，这是我个人揣测，可能跟这个政治和战术考量有关系。为什么？因为我们知道 前边特朗普政府跟我们打贸易战。那么我们为什么搞不定特朗普政府啊？为什么以前1992年到2016年之间，中美之间各种问题都能搞得定？是不是？大家发现没有？所有的危机，不管是银河号事件，还是炸大使馆，还是撞了飞机，所有事情全部是床头吵架床尾和，2个月之内搞定。什么原因啊？这儿我抛出一个可能又要是暴论了，就是因为咱们上边有人啊，就是我们在美国的权势核心圈啊，我们有我们的老朋友。时间关系，我这都不多展开，给大家讲个小故事啊。张市长，我看这个讲得非常好啊，都是讲故事是吧？所以我也讲个故事。那么，哎呀，可惜这故事今天全网直播是吧？据说100万人在看啊，所以我得掌握一下这个度啊，这不能把人给卖了。这么讲吧，2015年啊，这个上次习总书记访问美国之前呢，我们知道各个系统
Pause it real quick，
是不是？那么咱们
That shit's scary.
Yeah. He said that there is pretty much a 1% ruling the US and the world.
And they're their friends. They have
Yes.
friends at the top. How much money do we owe China?
Didn't he say it in the beginning, like 4 trillion?
4 trillion?
Yep.
That's kind of what I was referencing to when I was talking about why the swamp runs deep and it runs wide when they have really deep pockets. That was just a little
and
part
we've
of
talked
it.
about throughout the pandemic across the board. We've talked about the fact that China, not just with the United States, but because of an illness or a disease or whatever virus that came from their country, amazingly enough, they're being able to loan, because they've always been a great exporter. They're being able to loan massive amounts of money to small countries, not just the U.S. and really not really the U.S., but smaller countries. So what that does is they're loaning this money that they know that the economic shutdown is going to go longer than, and part of the agreements that are in these large sum loans is that if they can't repay these loans as a country and as a government, China owns them. That means China is expanding all over the
That means
world.
China owns a lot more shit than we even know about, because
China owns Portland, Seattle. They own.
they
30.
bought up a bunch of land in Seattle.
Yeah, and over here near Fort Hood, they bought up 130,000 of acres frontier land, and this was reported in July.
Oh, so they've even bought more land besides that.
They bought more land besides next to military installations.
Well, this would explain why the government last week was talking about our intelligence systems are saying that at twice the rate of Russia, their messages are trying to decode us. If people aren't seeing what's going on, and as big of an issue as this is, it's kind of mortifying, because we could talk about the election all day long. We could talk about Dominion, which could potentially have ties allegedly to China. We can talk about all these different things, but we've got somebody that is BFFs with the Chinese government that now is one that is currently alleged, whatever the hell you want to call it. He is, by media accounts, the president-elect. By the actual Constitution, he's not. But regardless, we are in a place where somebody with ties to China is about to potentially be running our country, and that's terrifying.
And wants to do that green deal with China
Yes.
for, what is it, for 90 million, or $1 trillion, was it? Was it million or $1 trillion?
90 billion.
Was it
90
billion?
billion.
Which,
This is crazy.
if you look at the numbers just going at it, we're never going to be able to pay that fucking shit back, ever. We're never going to be able to pay it back.
You know what's even more crazy? Because you guys know I've been reading my Bible again, right? Not to mix this in, but in Revelation, when it talks about it saw the dragon,
Yep.
and the dragon gave power to the beast or whatever. And what if the dragon is symbolism for China? Because their nation is a dragon, right? And they gave power to I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna look into it more, and I'm gonna pray a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
let's talk about it after the show.
Yeah,
Because I know where you're
let's
going
keep
with
it rolling. I want to keep seeing this. If you guys don't mind, if you're here, all you guys that are here with us watching this, share this out, because I've never even seen the Sunni. I need you to send me this again, because I wanna write it out. I want to write it out, talk about it, and read everything he says, and I want to talk about this verbatim. All right, so yeah, let's keep it rolling.
咱们的 党的某个系统，他在美国帮他暖场的方式呢，就是舆论啊，舆论的话呢，就是这个习近平谈治国理政那本书的新书英文版第一版新书发布会放在美国，在他去之前先搞一个新书发布会，啊，帮他造势。那么由谁来做呢？就跟今天一样啊，他们发现说，哎，狄东升，你这家伙比较擅长于忽悠老外，是不是？这个，因为他们看过我怎么忽悠老外的，是吧？他们觉得现场效果非常不错啊。你来主持兼嘉宾啊，所以那次跟咱们今天这个活动很相似，我既是主持又是嘉宾。地点呢，领导定下来了啊，说这个谁，你们下周礼拜4下午3点半去那个美国最重要的政治与散文书店啊，在那个华盛顿肯尼迪克大街2650号吧，好像是啊，去那边专业书店去那边办一个新书发布会。然后我们就一线赶紧去沟通啊！大家知道这个东西方工作方式不一样，你临时抱佛脚让我去沟通这个地点、时间是吧？很麻烦的。结果那个书店老板很傲娇，说抱歉，接待不了，啊，接待不了。后来我就问了，我说你告诉我哪位作者把这个场次定下来了？啥意思啊？天下没有美元搞不定的事情是吧？如果一沓美元搞不定是吧？那我就2沓啊。这个当然这是我的工作方式了是吧？结果，那么结果呢？这个书店老板很傲娇，说抱歉，我不会告诉你哪个作者已经把这个新书这个时间段给定下来，是吧？我们是有原则的啊。他跟我非常傲娇啊，跟我很装。后来一打听才知道，这哥们儿啊，以前是民主党人，他是民主党人，以前做过驻亚洲的记者啊，对我党啊非常有看法，所以故意的不配合。后来我以为这事儿得黄啊，至少得换时间换地点，是吧？结果，我们把矛盾上交嘛，让领导去解决吧，是吧？反正我是客串的帮忙的，是吧？结果到了礼拜4早上，咱们那个部的一位副部级领导啊，也是那天的真正的 keynote speaker， 是吧？他给我打电话说：“小迪啊，咱们按我方原计划，在那个时间，在那个地点继续照办。”啊，吃完午饭我就赶去，结果领导到的比我还早，给我介绍啊。今天我们之所以能够按照我方原计划得以顺利执行，就是因为这个我们今天这位功臣，顺他介绍一位大鼻子老太太是吧？一看就犹太人，这个老太太给我递名片啊，我叫某某某啊，我这名字不卖了是吧？我叫某某某，请多关照。注意啊，一口流利的京片子，北京话。然后我很惊讶，我说：“哎呀，您这个中文讲的比我还棒啊！我永远改不掉我的江苏口音，您这个一点口音都没有啊，是吧？”老太听我夸她口音好啊，得意了。我告诉你啊，我不但会讲中文，我还有中国国籍，大家知道吧？你有外国国籍吗？你如果有外国国籍，你不可能有中国国籍嘛，是不是？她这样的老太太是不可能为了中国国籍放弃美国和以色列双重国籍的，是这意思吧？我一下明白了，这是我们中国人民老朋友了，是吧？然后这时候然后下边还有一句话啊，这个让我印象非常深刻。我不但有中国国籍，我还有北京市户口，啊，长安街边上东城区有套四合院啊，等你回了北京过来喝茶，是吧？这一年你在这儿有啥事儿，记得找我，意思嘛？这点我罩得住啊。然后我这时候看见那个前边很傲娇的是吧？那个书店老板满脸黑线，安排员工排桌子排椅子，很不情愿，被人强摁着干这事儿，接着茬儿，是吧？我说您怎么搞定他的，是吧？我们前面沟通不下来啊，这个很傲娇的。老太太皎洁一笑，我跟他讲道理，大家知道这话来路吧？美国著名黑手党电影《教父》里边的经典台词，把人家马头给砍了，是吧？塞人家被窝里边啊。当然，老太太不是这个黑手党，老太太身份是什么？她为什么在中国住了30年？啊，为什么讲口流利京片的？就刚才我们讲到的，全球华尔街某著名金融机构、顶级金融机构的亚洲区的总裁啊。当然再说下去可能政治不正确了啊，大家明白我意思吧？懂的掌声啊！好。那么其实呢，就是说啊，说的白了点儿啊，其实呢，就过去这个30年啊，过去40年，我们在美国的它的这个利用它全是核心圈，是不是？ 我前面讲过，华尔街在1970年代开始对美国它的内政外交有非常强的影响力啊，所以我们有路径依赖，是吧？但问题是08年之后，华尔街的地位下降了，更重要的是16年之后，华尔街搞不定特朗普。
Are you guys reading this？
特朗普以前对华尔街有过一次软性违约，所以双方有矛盾啊。当然，这个细节我就不多说了，时间可能已经来不及了，是吧？那么，这个中美贸易战过程中，他们也试图帮忙啊。据我所知，美方的朋友跟我讲，这个试图帮忙，但是啊，力有不逮啊。但现在呢，现在我们看到拜登上台了，传统的精英、政治精英啊，这个建制派，他们跟华尔街的关系是非常密切的。所以大家看到吧，拜登的儿子被特朗普说你在全球有什么基金公司，发现没有？谁帮他建的基金公司啊？明白吗？这边都有买卖啊。那么，所以这个时候啊，我们以恰当的方式进行一定的这样一个表达一个善意啊。我个人理解，当然这个受限于我的专业基础，是吧？我们是从国际政治经济学的角度去理解这个事儿。那么我认为啊，有它的战术和政治的价值在里边啊。当然，另外一方面啊，这个中美之间开放本身，是吧？现在我们开放金融市场，许多人以为说开放金融市场，你是不是向人做了重大让步？你开放金融市场是不是就是为了抱住美国大腿，说哭着喊着你别跑，是不是？别甩下我，是不是这样？为了不脱钩，能不能这么理解？我的理解反过来，我恰恰认为啊，这儿可能又是个暴论啊，这个恰恰认为金融市场开放恰恰是跟美国的某种意义上的脱钩啊，我们开放金融市场恰恰是某种意义上脱钩。那我再问大家了，为什么咱们有许多地方被人卡脖子？大家知道这个？我今天就中午刚刚看到一个新闻，人家发过个新闻，咱们香港特首林郑，现在每天如果上街买菜、买包、买衣服，大家知道干嘛吗？揣着一大把的现金，为什么？他已经没有银行账户了，他没法用 credit card， 没法用什么这个金融支付工具，只能用现金去买东西。啊，为什么？他被美国制裁了。那为什么我们会被美国制裁？为什么我们在金融上、支付上，是不是跨境支付上？为什么我们在这个芯片上等等，还有软件上啊等等会被美国制裁？什么原因？为什么我们在底层的科学上、技术上我们会被美国制裁？啊，它背后什么原因？当然有很多原因，在这儿我想提出一个观点，就这个原因恰恰就在于以前的中美的挂钩方式。我们知道，在80年代的时候，东北是很繁荣的，为什么？东北是整个中国经济的根部，是不是呀？我们的大学是自己做底层的科学研究的，为什么？因为我们那个时候是一个独自存在的一棵，你可以把它理解成一棵树啊，一棵树，它有自己的根，有自己的干，有自己的茎，还有自己的叶，有自己的花，当然比较小一点啊。相对于美国主导的世界资本主义体系、世界市场体系，它的那个分工体系，你这个要小得多，力量弱得多。但是你是完整的、独立的工业体系。中国加入到美国主导的世界市场体系，尤其是92年92年之后，我们大规模招商引资，是不是？所以东南沿海就迅速发展起来了，东北衰落了。为什么？其实就是沿着这个盖儿的中部，咔嚓一刀，把上边的直接嫁接到它的那个根和盖上去了，明白吗？那个能量很大啊，那个市场很大，所以迅速的繁荣，迅速开花结果。我们今天都在享受这个决策的成果。我们每个人都过得好了，但问题是，所有的选择、所有的战略都有它的代价，是不是这意思啊？这代价是什么？我们原先那个根和那个枝干就什么枯萎了，啊，所以原先我们有200-300家做芯片、做光刻机的这种全产业链的企业，是不是都枯萎了？因为你进口人家成功的、更小的、更高科技的东西就行了嘛，是吧？我们的软件就不用开发了嘛，你用人家的这个软件不就比你更好吗？啊。大家明白吧？所以以前我们融入美国主导的全球化，我们是赢家，但注意这是有代价的。 今天我们面临的困境，恰恰是这样一种融入方式的必然的代价的表现啊。那么以前的融入是我们在 FDI， 就是外商直接投资，你来我这儿开厂，举双手欢迎啊。然后呢，贸易我们俩充分的开放，但是金融不开放，是吧？资本项目就是 portfolio investment 这块，刚才丁老师讲到的这块是不开放的。由于此前这样一种相互融合的方式，所以使得我们其实是在什么？你可以说是寄生啊，你可以说是嫁接，在他的那个体系上啊一个职务，是不是？它是有代价的。那么数字巨头这些年股票主要涨，主要是什么？数字巨头。发现没有？后金融危机时代，过去这12年里边涨得多的公司，这个股票价格、资产价格上涨厉害的是谁啊？阿里，是吧？就是三马嘛，是不是？三马带头，还有其他一些数字科技，挣了中国市场很多钱，是不是？非常有谈判力，非常有谈判地位，非常有定价权。他们的资本增值，
I've heard enough.
在座各位正道
I've heard enough. This is insane.
Who is this person?
A very intelligent
关键
person.
在什么啊？
Vice Director and Secretary of the Center of Foreign Strategic Studies of China.
So in the game of chess that is world politics, I mean, I get the purpose of this not coming out until after the election, but even after the election, it's telegraphing what they're doing. So it doesn't make, something's confusing to me. It's something is, when I see something like this from, Art of War, I look at this as a diversion tactic to something else going on, because they can't be that brazen and telegraphing it like this.
No, they definitely can if they've already won. If they're already in position for a checkmate, which they obviously are, if they're buying up a whole bunch of land throughout our country, throughout Mexico, throughout Canada, because I know that they own a lot of land in Mexico, and they also own a lot of land in Canada. And now they're doing it right here in the United States. If they wanted to, you think about it, in all the schools, different schools, especially here in Indiana and Purdue, there's more Chinese people in Purdue than there is American. Did you know that?
I did not.
They send their kids to go to school over here and learn our way, learn everything that we do, get the degrees, get the money, get the top positions that they could possibly get, and then add them to what this man was just talking about. And that's all throughout North America, Northern America. That's throughout this whole continent, man. They spread out everywhere. And now, like he said, they grafted. They grafted, like how it talks about in the Bible, when you graft the olive branch or whatever, and then it starts to grow. They took an olive branch and planted it, and it starts to grow from this olive branch. That's what they did. We jump-started their economy. We jump-started everything that is China. We gave them the power that they have.
And
we did that.
And the people that were in bed with them cared more about lining their pockets than the American people.
This is nuts, dude.
Hubby says there was an episode of Dan Bongino like talking about it too. And talking about the what the hell's that guy's name again? The guy from California.
I didn't even know I was muted. I came across this last night and I was pretty sick. I was like, they're all but admitting everything that we talk about over here. Everything that people say is a conspiracy theories, like they are right here talking about it. In fact, this video was snatched down from Chinese media altogether. They try to erase it. Somebody snatched it.
Last night, he said it was on Dan Bongino today, and they were talking about Swalwell from California. He said it's been all over the last couple days.
We got to do something.
It's very frustrating. It's confusing. Like, I get where you are, Russo, but at the same time, I think these things come out the way they do for a reason. Who knows how long China's been talking about this? Like, now that I'm here over in Japan, I don't hear American news accurately.
Hey, we're in America.
Like,
and we don't hear American news accurately either.
Yeah, but you have the choice to go and watch another channel. As to where here, We have one channel. It's AFN. That's it. If I want to go figure something out by myself, I got to go on my phone and my computer.
That's probably your best way. This way you have the most accurate information. But I think even here, I can go to channel to channel to channel and still find shit that's like one channel says one thing and then they switch a word just to make it fit whatever they want. So I think you're probably the better of all of us because you can go to search the shit.
Yeah.
Yo, I think that everybody that is in America right now, whether you're wealthy or you're not so wealthy, need to come together with groups, man. Everybody, and start putting in a pot and buying as much land as we possibly can, building our own America within America, I guess, if you want to call it that, because we are literally being invaded right in front of our faces. We are being invaded right blatantly. This dude basically just talked about how they have literally invaded every part of our society. They even control or got good friends in the top 1% of America. They were happy about he basically said that Trump was holding them back. Basically, Trump was a monkey wrench in their whole plan, and they were happy that Biden got elected.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
How is it that the whole world hasn't come together and placed blame of COVID on China and made them put together a treaty of some kind where they have to fund the world economy? Like, how is there not like a worldwide class action lawsuit? I don't know international affairs, but the fact that no country is giving a shit about what has been started around the world, it's kind of like, I mean, if my dog takes a crap and somebody steps in it, it's kind of my dog's fault. And like, I feel bad. I'll probably pay for the person's shoes. Like, it's like, I don't see how the world is not putting two and two together across the board and standing together against what this is. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I think that people see what they want to see. I think that people really believe, they truly believe everything at face value. A lot of people are so guilty of it. If people weren't so guilty of looking at things at face value, they would see why Biden was not the better candidate for president and how it ties into all these other things that we're seeing and talking about and all the things that you guys have talked about from day one. People just
you know what?
to see it. People refuse.
I got a plan. I'm about to sit down and talk with all these people that I've been talking to and on a serious level. Like the people that I know that are wealthy here in America that are patriots that love this country. I'm about to have a whole different kind of talk with them, straight up. And I'm about to see if they'll help us all with something American, like big time. Just wait.
Are you thinking about buying a commune, some land? Call it Cashville?
Nope. It's just going to be America. That's it. But a place where it's private. You know what I'm saying? Owned for Americans, like for real Americans, God-fearing, loving Americans, like a safe place. Have a big storehouse in the middle of that bad boy, stored up with stuff. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done all across America. Maybe community centers should be something else, Russo.
My husband and I have been talking about that for a long time. Like, we're like I'm like, I can't wait to retire and get out of Chicago. We're going to start our own little community, our own little patriotic community. I'm with you on it.
Straight up.
Oh my man.
Seriously, we need to do something because this is crazy. And just invite people. You know how they do, like, they got this little, like, you see places like in Winfield, they got a big gated community. But over there, they got like $1 million houses and stuff that people really don't need. Nobody needs a house as big as these people have, but they have them. And it's private. They have their own police, all kinds of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we need to start doing something like that, but not no damn mansions. Just enough to where we can live, you know, people can live comfortably and create jobs, create businesses. You know, these steel mills. I want to look into that. Who owns these steel mills here? I want to look into who owns businesses. That's some homework for everybody that's watching right now. I want you guys to look in to who owns all these big businesses here in America. Who owns or who has money invested in these businesses? Who owns a lot of land in America? Who owns who has money or stake in big pharma? Who own? I want to look into all of this stuff, and we need to start changing it. Only we can do it. We can't keep waiting on the government. Because obviously, like they just said, people in our government are in league with them. They're in league with these people. We can't have that. We cannot have that. Straight up. Appreciate you, Sherry. Look, and this is nothing against Chinese people. It's not Chinese people. The Chinese people that are here in America are American as far as I'm concerned. The people that are over here and, you know, they live American the way that we live. I'm not talking about the people. This is all government. This has nothing to do with people. This isn't just the average everyday citizen. This has to do with government. People that don't care, like the government over there in China that doesn't care about their people. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about Chinese people. I love everybody. I don't care what race you are or what ethnicity you are or what nationality you are. I love you because you are a human, you know, but the people over there are treated wrong. They're treated wrong. And the people over here, we're being treated wrong. Right now, in our current day and age, we are being treated wrong. Across the world, people are being treated wrong. I think that we all need to take a stand. We need to come together. We all need to come together in a very, very, very big way and do something profound. Community centers was a great idea, but I don't think that a community center is what's needed right now, bro. I think that we really need to be able to create a place of safety, of security for people. Like if something happens, we need to have something set up to where people can go, you know what I'm saying? And be there and be safe, be okay, defend it if we had to. And if it doesn't happen and nothing happens, then we have a safe place where people could just go and prosper. Create a place like a little Eden right here in America. You know what I'm saying? For people.
Acontopia?
Yeah, something like that. Exactly. Something like that. Thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you. But seriously, you guys, this is crazy. I never in my life, I would never have thought in a million years that I would hear something like that being said over there. That is insane. That is insane, bro. I don't know. It's something to discuss, definitely. Definitely. You guys got anything else we want to talk about? Because I could do this China thing all night, but I want to research some more. I really want to research into this a whole lot more, and I want to look into how we can make something happen. Look up how much it costs to buy a bunch of acres of land.
We could talk about
get people involved in their own construction agency. People donate their time to stuff like this and start building. We need to do something. We got to do something. There's a lot of people that have businesses. There's a lot of people that have the means. There's a lot of people that are chefs. There's a lot of people that are nurses. We can do this. Straight up.
Where's it at? Before we close, we could talk about this Time magazine article that came out. I don't think anybody really paid attention to it, but it was pretty disturbing.
Let's see it.
I just went through and highlighted some insane parts that they wrote in this piece.
While Suni brings it up, just really quick, when there's trolls in the box, when you know they're a troll, just leave them. Like, I'm not going to give much attention, but DeMichael said Biden, he's been trolling you guys and making you guys fight the whole time. He said Biden cured H1N1, so I figured he was the best choice. Experience spelled incorrectly. That alone shows you that he's effing around. Just leave him alone. Stop giving it time. Listen to the show. Listen to what we're talking about. It actually makes sense. Don't give anybody that's literally doing that just to poke. Be stronger. Be bigger. You can. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah. Not going to read the whole thing, but this was these parts stuck out to me when he said Biden basically inherits the chance to remake American foreign policy since 9/11. What exactly are we remaking? Like the left keep using these words, remake, a new normal. We need to build back better. Then they say, once again, he has a chance to reinvent America's approach to problems that have long vexed multiple administrations. Like, what are we talking about here? On the first day of Biden's presidency, Sullivan says, the U.S. will rejoin Paris Climate Accord, which we all know is a socialism encased in climate change. That's it.
Well, it's more than that. It goes well. Actually, to be honest, the Paris Climate Accord, I don't have a huge issue with if it was completely redone. The way that it's been marketed to the American public is that the Paris Climate Accord is this amazing thing that everybody works equally to change the world. In fact, it's everybody works equally to change the world on different time schedules. And the way that our agreement, if he sticks to the Obama style agreement, we are at a 10-year disadvantage, 8 to 10-year disadvantage to India, China, some of the other major countries that are on the docket that have way more pollution than us, that they can be slowing their roll right now to show, look at all that we're doing. And then we get in, and what is any superpower across the world knows, if they see opportunity, why would they not take it? We can't just trust, especially countries like China and India. We can't just trust them on their merit and be like, oh, they're going to follow suit. We're being a trailblazer. No, the Paris Climate Accord has some good intentions, but the way that we are entered into it prior, and which we will be with Biden, is terrifying, because that means anything after 2030, we're destroyed. We have no ability to compete on an international level from an industrial place. Anyways, sorry, the Paris Climate
Thank you, Deidre.
nuts.
Nah, it has good intentions, but it's costing us a lot of money. And I'm sorry, but this is just my personal opinion on climate change. If we changed our lifestyles in America, we could reverse a lot. But people are selfish and they want what they want. So that's where I stand with that. And then they want to get back together with the WHO. And then once they want to show that the once global superpower can get its own house in order. It's when did we lose superpower global status? Like,
we didn't.
What are they talking about?
Stronger. By the way, who's the Suni?
Thank you, Joanne.
Who's the main country that's involved? What's the main nation that's involved in the World Health Organization? Who is that?
China.
China. China.
Just saying, these things are important to read because they put all types of stuff in there that you wouldn't even think of. It's disturbing. So I challenge everybody to go research, please.
Look, at the whole world needs to be on board for climate change to actually work, and that is a fact. But the messed up part about all this is that we are the ones that have to be the first ones to do something, even though China number 3 leading cause of number 1 leading cause of pollution. They account for 1/3 of the world's pollution. Then you got India. You know what I'm saying? And these people don't have to start their stuff for another 20 years. They don't have to start getting involved in their own agreement for 20 years. Now we got to start right now.
So I want to properly address that, because I already know the arguments to the other side is, but look at what they're already doing. India and China technically are ahead of the United States while we are still involved in it. They were technically ahead of the progress of the United States. That doesn't mean anything. It's a fun example until shit hits the fan, and until all of a sudden we have no industrial abilities because we've completely cut that off in the year 2030. They can go back. It's not like they're destroying their factories. They can go back to a streamlined position for the 8 years that they will milk the living crap out of 8 to 10 years after. So yes, right now, India and China are doing a lot towards that global cleanup. However, why isn't it set up for us to all have equal playing field?
Exactly. They should. If you have more pollution, you need to be a forerunner. We shouldn't have to be the forerunner with less pollution in both of these nations.
Yeah. We got some research to do, guys.
Everybody.
Systemic communism. That's what it is. Systemic communism.
Everybody has some research to do. I want you guys to look into this. All right, straight up. Who owns a majority of the land in the United States outside of the United States? Who owns a lot of the big business here in the United States? Who has money involved in these things? Who owns Big Pharma or has a lot in Big Pharma? Who owns a lot in the steel industry? Who owns a lot in the automobile industry? Look into all these things. That's what I'm asking everybody to do, because I don't know, I feel like something's happening right now, and I like it. I like where all this is going. We need to question everything. That should be another show. Question everything. Where we just bring up, yes.
Question Everything would be a great show. However, in the United States of America, apparently as of 2020, we're not allowed to question everything. So that would have to be a strictly, like, I don't know, Parler pilled show. Who knows?
I'm with it.
Is that amazing that we're in the United States of America? And when you immediately said question everything, I already know that it can't be put up in most places. That's great.
Yeah.
Insane.
Also, that leads me into something before we get up off here. There's another platform that I just got introduced to that I like a lot, designed by a patriot. Because we got Pill.net, right? Pill.net is dope. But the thing about this platform called Our Freedom Book, Our, like OUR, Our Freedom Book. It's exactly like Facebook with no censorship.
What?
None.
Is it an app or website?
It's an app and a website. Check it out.
Uh-oh.
You guys jump up on there. Our Freedom Book. Let me make a little banner for it real quick. Get on there and check it out. I'm on there as well now. Our Freedom.
I have to go live on there.
They have a live feature.
Nice.
It's dope. It's called Our Freedom Book. You guys go and check it out. I guarantee you will like it. I guarantee it. American made. Straight up. American made, and these people are American. Dude, I love them. They're New Yorkers. And they are some really, really, really dope people. And is grabbing a whole lot of traction. And I'm about to start using it a whole lot more. I like it a lot because it's easy to use. It's just like Facebook. Literally. So you really won't be able to tell the difference on there, except we need more people to be using it. All right. So there goes another one. You got Pill.net. Now you have Our Freedom Book. So go and check out Our Freedom Book. All right. Make you an account. Follow me on there. I'll follow you back. And let's do this. All right. I appreciate you guys. Love you more than you know. You guys got any closing statements that you'd like to make? Starting with you, Shelly, since you've been so quiet.
I'm just listening, you guys. No, I just want to say, question everything. Do not take anything they tell you at face value. Question everything. Continue to watch all of us on all our medias because we will try to give you the best information we possibly can. And I just want to really quick, I do not like to be referred to as Latinx.
Hell no, me neither.
I'm the one who told me about it.
Facts. Facts.
Y'all taking my word now, man. Can't do that. It's mine. I've coined the phrase.
Suni, go ahead and give your final thoughts, lady.
Research. Do your research. None of this makes sense. None of it will ever make sense unless you do the research. In fact, if you just want to turn it into I'm about to fact check all of them, please do it. I've had people fact check me and come back and say, wow, I really look up to you. I tried to fact check you and I was wrong. So like Cash said, question everything and do your own research.
Rusi.
Straight up now, tell me, did you really want to love me? I don't know where that came from.
No.
Hey, that's my favorite rapper.
That's actually the theme song for China. Actually, that's the last thing I forgot. Did anybody, Jenna Marbles, not Jenna Marbles, geez, that's a flash in the past. Nicole Arbor did a video. She did a video on.
I can't stand her.
What? You can't stand Nicole Arbor?
No, I do not.
She does that ASMR stuff when she talks. But anyway, she did a video on. She's a conservative. Why do you not like her? Come on, Suni, because she's white. Anyway.
Oh, God.
She did a video talking about, and it's true. I looked it up. China changed its national anthem like 2 years ago. Look this up. They changed their national anthem, and it literally is the most morbid world takeover shit you have ever heard in your whole entire life. And it's pretty much like domination. I should look it up. I should look it up and share it. Or maybe while Cash is talking, if I find it, just wait a sec. We'll play it on there. The other thing, but yeah, they literally changed their national anthem to talk about taking over the United States of America. Or not, taking over the world, not the United States of America, taking over the world. With that said, Cash is going to remind you guys too. I ended up extending our holiday sale for all of our Be the Change streetlights gear. So just go to hashtag www.#BeTheChange, spelled out #BeTheChange.com. Go to shop and use the code Cyber Monday until we're out of stuff, like the hats and the shirts, and then we'll redo stuff. But everything on there is 20% off with that code, and there's other stuff off as well. Aside from that, be the change you wish to see in the world. Be better, be kind. We're on to something big. It's a scary world, but we're going to have to do it together.
Yes, definitely. my closing statements is, look, God has taken us somewhere together, literally all of us together. And a lot of us have come together during a crazy time within America, a time that I have never really, I can't remember a time like we're in right now. And I know that there's nothing new under the sun. And I know that there's probably been a time like this before us, you know, but to see that we are in this time right now and to see how all of us are coming together the way that we are, with Street Lights being what it is and Be the Change being what it is and Primetime Patriots being what it is, and everybody just, you know, kind of standing together, even though, you know, it's kind of hard, especially when you're being censored and you're being, you know, put down at every turn. And then you got people that just want to discredit you or try to say things about you because of the way that you are, which is crazy to me, because we are seeing us just trying to stand up for America and stand up for its values and try our best to be our best. And then on the other side, you have these people that are like, yeah, you guys believe this, so screw you. You guys you're nothing, or troll throughout the comments. It's a crazy time to be alive right now. But the beautiful part about it is that we're all coming together, whether we're being censored or not. It's still not stopping the rise of the new age that we're coming into together. It's not stopping the unity of people, no matter what color they are, no matter the race that they are, no matter the creed, the religion, the belief. We're all still here coming together. And we're going to do amazing things as we have been doing. All right. So that being said, y'all just stay tuned, man, and stay informed. Question everything. Read everything. Know as much as you possibly can. But the most important thing is don't lose faith and stand firm. All right. I'm going to pull this up. I think Anthony got it. I'm going to mute my mic.
This is entertaining. It's 4.5 minutes, and she's pretty funny about talking about how ridiculous China is in terms of where we're going. So here you go.
This is another reality. I don't know how much everybody knows about our friends in China, but wow, I have a lot to say today. Okay, I get why he does that. That's pretty fun. China, very good at business. Like, real good at business. So good at business.
Why is she whispering?
It's ASMR.
The world. Oh, you didn't know? That's because they like to do it quietly and in pieces. China, while America's been fighting with themselves, they've been playing Monopoly and buying everything. They've bought uranium mines. That's a fun word to say. Uranium. They basically bought that like boardwalk, Park Place, whole thing. They put a bunch of.
She gets into the song right after this. Word for word.
I'm sure those Chinese factories are up to par and not polluting the water or anything. China updated their national anthem like 2 years ago. Yo. With our very flesh and blood, let us build our new wall. The peoples of China are at their most critical time. Oh, this is getting dark. This is from 2 years ago. This is not like some old weird anthem. China. Personally, I love Chinese people. I love the culture, and I want to learn Mandarin. Frankly, we're gonna have to soon. It's just.
Oh, okay, hold on, Russo. Wait a minute. I'm sorry.
What's up?
I'll just share the video because I can't stand her.
Yeah,
See?
I just can't do it.
You guys not like ASMR?
I
No, I don't
not.
like her voice,
Fuck.
face, nothing. She just is annoying.
Cash, I
Barbara's
sent you the
annoying,
actual
man.
one to your messenger. The
Well, at least everybody knows my type.
I sent
I'm
it to
about I'm about to get into some Chinese study today about the government of China, not the people, because as she said, I do love the Chinese culture. I love Chinese food.
Heck
Chinese
yeah.
people are pretty dope that I've met in America. They're pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying? So this is nothing against the Chinese people. Just know that. All right. But yeah, the government. And I think a lot of governments around the world are corrupt, especially when you hear them saying how they're in league. They got people, and I'm sure it's like that with us in other places. But those are the people that I feel like are a plague to our society and our way of life.
I think it's only fair game to be able to talk about their the people in high power in China. We talk about our own, so why not in other places?
Damn, people really hate Nicole Arbor in the comment box.
Oh, she's terrible, bro.
I'm telling you.
I've known about her for
It's
years.
another
I didn't like her years ago when she was going through all that domestic violence shit and lying about it. I'm like, yeah, we're done with you.
When did she do it? She used to be liberal.
Yeah,
I
well,
couldn't.
can
I
tell.
can't.
I can tell.
She shifted. I don't know.
I don't like her. Never again. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize.
ASMR. I don't like the ASMR voice. Like I don't care if it's a man or a woman who does it. It is fucking.
Oh, watch her videos.
I don't even know what that is, and I don't want to know. It's okay.
You're talking that top voice.
She doesn't.
I don't like
She only does it once in a while. I think she's hilarious. I'm gonna send you a different one, Cash. You'll listen to. It's
All right.
funny.
I appreciate it. All right. That being said, unite, don't fight. Be a street light, because only you can be the change that you want to see in the world. And when you get too stressed out, you got to remember to pray, America, because without God, everything falls apart. Yeah, brother. ASMR.